So, you're moving on up in the world of GTA Online. You just bought yourself an apartment with a 10-car garage or a CEO office with a 60-car garage, but you don't have the money to actually fill that garage up with vehicles yet. Sound like you? If so, stay tuned to hear about 15 awesome vehicles that you can get absolutely free in GTA Online. What's up guys, Grumbletonian here, welcome back to the channel, and if you guys are anything like me, then as soon as you got a big garage in GTA Online, you immediately wanted to start cramming awesome cars in there no matter how limited your bankroll was. I'm a bit of a motorhead in real life, so once I saw that I could have dozens of highly customizable cars all to myself in GTA Online, I wanted all of them. However, the problem is that most of the decent cars in GTA Online are at least $100,000, if not much more. So if you want to fill your garage up by buying cars off of Legendary Motorsports, you're either going to be buying a ton of shark cards, or you're going to be grinding for a long time. Fortunately for you, there's some awesome cars and motorcycles that can be stolen off the street in GTA Online, and stored in your garage absolutely free to give you a head start on your vehicle collection. Now, I do want to point out that most of the vehicles in this video have been highly customized at the Los Santos Customs and weren't found on the street in their current condition. However, you can still find the base model for these vehicles on the street and upgrade them later, which will still help your bank account immensely. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. So, the first vehicle on this list is the Ubermax Sentinel XS Custom. This vehicle can be found in the Vinewood Hills area of the map during the nighttime. There's plenty of videos online about how to find this car if it's something you're interested in. This car does come in two colors, lime green and purple. I personally prefer the lime green because that's my favorite color, but you can choose whichever you like. This car looks great fresh out of the box, and if you don't like how it looks right off the bat, there's a ton of customization options for this car in Los Santos Customs. Furthermore, this car has decent handling and is arguably one of the best sports cars in the game. Its acceleration and top speed aren't all that impressive, but overall this car is a nice addition to any collection. The second car on the list is the gold/silver Benefactor Dubsta 2. Now, some people say that the only way to get this car is to have a friend spawn it in for you. That's not the case. They're wrong. Trust me. I got this Dubsta 2 all by myself. True Swolger has a great video on how to do that, and I'll leave a link to that video in the comments section below. This car simply oozes elegance. That's all there is to it. I tend to prefer sports cars, supercars, that kind of a thing, but this gold Dubsta is the epitome of luxury, and since it isn't all that easy to find, you will be the envy of any other players that see you in this vehicle. Trust me. Just be sure to put insurance on it at the earliest possible moment in case there's a griefer hanging around. The next car on the list is the Karen Sultan RS. This is the only supercar on the list, even though it will technically be listed as a sports car unless you take it to Benny's Original Motorworks and do about $600,000 worth of work to it. However, you can get the Karen Sultan standard version to spawn into the game and store it absolutely free, and if you put a roll cage in it, you will get the Sultan RS stickers on the backside of the vehicle. This car is extremely fast, accelerates well, handles well, and is a general all-around versatile vehicle for any player, especially someone who's just starting out. Next is the Vapid Sand King XL. Now, I love this vehicle for two reasons. One, it looks badass, especially after you trick it out, and is the ultimate off-road vehicle in my opinion. If you're into jacked up trucks, the modded Vapid Sand King is absolutely your best bet. Secondly, they're easy to spawn in and sell for a very decent price. I want to say they're the third best selling vehicle in the game. This makes them an excellent avenue for making money in game, which I'll be covering in a later video. Whether you want this truck to make some quick cash or just for your personal collection, it is definitely worth picking up at least one of these awesome vehicles. Next, we have the Benefactor Schwarzer. This car is one of the higher end cars on the list, and if you're a new player looking for the perfect first car that you can get absolutely free, the Benefactor Schwarzer is an excellent choice. This car is highly customizable and is a good all-around performer, which means that you can make it look as cool as you want and still be able to beat the competition. Next, we have the Maibatsu Penumbra. Now, I will admit, this car is a bit of a tank. The acceleration and top speed of this vehicle are not impressive at all, but what it lacks in performance, it makes up for in customization. This is easily one of the most customizable vehicles on this list, and can be configured however you like. If you're looking for a gorgeous car simply to take up garage space for a bit of eye candy, this car is the car you're looking for if you don't want to spend a ton of money. Also, this car is frequently requested by Simeon, so if you find one on the street, it can't hurt to grab it and take it back to your garage to store for some quick cash later on. Next, we have the Ocelot Jackal. If you're not that into sports cars and prefer a luxury sedan of some type, this is the car for you. These cars are usually found in higher class areas of the map such as Vinewood Hills, the beach, etc., and are a good way to cruise around the map in style if the custom Dubsta 2 is a little over the top for you. However, simply because this car doesn't look like it came straight out of Need for Speed doesn't mean it's not a good performer. This vehicle has excellent handling and speed, and I know several people who would claim that this car is the best squad vehicle for new players, so if you're playing GTA Online with your friends, this may be something you want to look into. Up next we have the Ubermacht Xeon Cabrio. This car has a special place in my heart because it was the very first car that I ever owned in GTA Online, and I did a ton of modifications to this car over those first few months of playing the game. This car is decently fast for new players and is a capable option for getting around the map and taking into missions. Furthermore, it's a convertible and has plenty of customization options, meaning it will look great sitting in your garage as well as cruising around on the street. Next we have the Vapid Dominator. This car is a beast, and there's actually a modified version that you can get that sells for a pretty penny. I've never been able to get it to spawn in long enough to store it in my garage, but there are several good videos on this topic if it's something you're interested in. Like any muscle car, this car's handling and maneuverability aren't the best, but what it lacks in these areas it makes up for in top speed and acceleration. If you're drooling over the Shelby Mustang, you'll love the Vapid Dominator. Up next we have the Ubermacht Oracle. There are two versions of this car, the Ubermacht Oracle and the Ubermacht Oracle XS. I personally prefer the plain Oracle version. I think it looks a little sportier, a little sexier, but if you're more into the luxury sedan executive type of vehicle, the XS version may be something you're into if you don't like the look of the Ocelot Jackal. This car is pretty common to find on the streets of Los Santos, but is an excellent addition to any garage. Next we have the Lampadati Felon. This is a car that a lot of people recommend to newer players, and I couldn't agree more. This car is fast, handles well, and isn't too ugly. Plus, driving the Felon around helps spawn Xeon Cabrio, so if you're interested in that car as well, this car is worth picking up. Next we have the Shyster Fusillade. This car is a little weird looking to me, but is a good performer nonetheless. This is the second vehicle that I owned in GTA Online, and has served me well on plenty of missions along the way. Great speed, good handling, and decent acceleration make this car a strong and inexpensive performer for any player. Up next we have the Nagasaki Blazer Lifeguard. I find this vehicle particularly appealing because it's somewhat rare in the fact that it can't be bought and therefore must be found within the game, but is not highly sought after. This will give you a fairly unique collection simply for acquiring this vehicle. Many players simply want to acquire cars and don't care much about motorcycles. However, this car cannot be stored in your MC Clubhouse while ATVs and motorcycles can. This means that you can still collect a good number of these vehicles without really taking up any garage space, so if that's the reason you don't want this vehicle, I definitely encourage you to reconsider. Next, we have the Principe Nemesis. Now I'll admit, this vehicle is fairly hard to get to spawn into the game. There are several videos online that you can look up if you really want to learn how to do it. Personally, I just found one during an MC Business resupply mission and put it back in my garage after I delivered the supplies back to my warehouse. This bike looks awesome and performs well in basically any condition. Lastly, we have the Lost MC version of the Western Daemon. This is a highly customizable motorcycle that is not available for sale in GTA Online, making it a highly sought after vehicle for many collectors. Furthermore, this vehicle can be stored in your motorcycle clubhouse, only increasing its popularity with a large number of players. Alright guys, that's it for the video today. Be sure to like this video if you found it helpful, drop a comment down below letting me know if there's any vehicles you think I missed, and please consider subscribing to the channel as I do upload new gaming content every single week. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.